I am live. How have I been live for a whole minute and I just hit the button a second ago? You don't even make sense. So let's start by getting things situated. I still have all my stuff from Zebra Talks on Tuesday on my desk, including the mess part. Well, hello, Molly. How are you today? So once I get all this set aside, I'm gonna pull out my night before Christmas journal and work on that today. What else? Oh no, not that pony holder, but all of this stuff is Zebra Talks too. Zebra stuff is everywhere. I guess I don't need to put all the scraps back in the pile. I do like to save a good bit of scraps. Oh, we're doing all right, Molly. We're doing okay. Hanging in there, you know. All right. I guess I'll leave some of that mess because I'm just going to make more. I'll clean it all up at once. And let's get the night before Christmas. I watched 2 more versions of A Night Before Christmas last night. I watched oh, hi, Lydia. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really, really appreciate that. It helps a bunch to know that there are peeps out there. Okay. I think this is all the stuff for this project. Oh. In fact, Lydia, is it entirely possible that I have an envelope in my house that's from you? Oh, I thought I saw something in the mail. No, it is. I'm so excited. Oh, good grief. All right, hold on, guys. I gotta. I apparently have another emergency in my family. Good grief. Everything's falling apart, man, I swear. I'm getting a message right at this very moment that my cousin had a heart attack yesterday. Just let me write a quick message. Oh, good grief. All right, let me get some more information on that as we go. It does not, it's I'm going to find out how serious it is. I mean, heart attacks are serious, but let's find out. Yeah, when it rains, it pours. Holy buckets, man. And not just for me, but lots of peeps, right? Okay. It doesn't sound like, I mean, you can't tell a lot from text, right? But it doesn't sound like it's lethal. So maybe it's a warning shot, right? Take care of your body. Hopefully that's the situation there. Lydia, I am so excited about this envelope. I saw it and I have not gotten to open anything yet. And I'm like, that one looks different than just regular mail. I wonder what that is. And then I saw a name and I'm like, oh, is that really? So I'm stupid amounts of excited to open my envelope from you. And I sure appreciate the thought, regardless, whatever it is. I'm just excited. That's not even a lie. My husband thought I was ridiculous, but you know, I'm not ridiculous. I will save it for when I'm having cocoa this evening and watching the next version of A Night Before Christmas. In the meantime, I'm going to work on my Night Before Christmas journal. And I watched, this is so funny. So I couldn't wait. I usually save it for closer to actual Christmas to watch the George C. Scott version. And I watched that last night. So I watched my favorite one last night. But I also found the Night Before Christmas Flintstones version. I didn't even know there was such a thing. So sure enough, I watched The Night Before Christmas Flintstones. It was as ridiculous as it sounds, but I was happy to watch it. So Mr. Michael went through his first round of chemo, and so far he's feeling on top of the world. He hasn't felt this healthy in a really long time, and it is because he is super hyped up on so many different kinds of steroids. Okay. Okay. Yabba dabba doo. Oh my gosh, it was so funny, Lydia. Molly, if you're still there, you and the kids should totally watch Flintstones Night Before Christmas. Oh. Fred was being his usual butt-headedness, and by the end, he came around to see things differently, and everybody, and it ended up happy. I like it when it always has a happy ending. I'm gonna have to remember what I was gonna do here. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. I grew up with the Flintstones too. I loved that show. I kind of outgrew it as the whole Pebbles and Bam Bam thing came into play. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. So I think that's what I was going to do. I think I was going to make that a flip out. I knew it must be Saint Nick. And I think I was going to do that and that. That makes sense. I don't know though. I kind of like this over here. Let's see if I can change my mind. It must be Saint Nick, and there he is. I kind of like that. Oh, but I've already glued this page. Ah! Okay, well, if this is going to go here, and this is going to be this page indeed, this could be a double flip out. What if this flipped out with this, and this flipped out like that, and that went right off my camera. Like so. There we go. I could do that. That's a bit much though, isn't it? I don't know if I should change my mind then. Unless I did. I could do that, couldn't I? I could do this. And then it could flip out like this. I don't hate that. It's not great, but I don't hate it. Now I need to connect these two and maybe shrink them down. So I'm going to set that aside a sec. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to join these two so they can actually be a flip out. And then I will figure out some borders for it. Looks like I have a bunch of stuff here. Oh, looks like about to right here. That is not for this project. Okie dokie. There we go. Oh, look at that. I need to find a place in here to put that guy. Is that guy cute or what? Yeah, I got bunches of extras. This is going to be amazing. Let's see. I'm a little too excited about that one. Put it right in my way and then I can't think of what I'm doing. Okay, so I think we're going to want to go something snowy. Let me look over here in my pile of stuffs and see if I have something snowy I can use to join these. Wow, I'm a little surprised. I have very little snowy things, even though it's a Christmas journal and I live in Minnesota. I should have snowy things up to my ears, man. Okay. Okay, I think we're just going to do this one again then, because it's not snowy, but it implies snow. I'll go with implications of snow. We'll cut a little bit of a fat flap. And then I'm going to have to make a decision about how. I guess I'll have to pull this back because the question will be, is this going to wrap around to the previous page? Like so. And if so, does it match or does it go? Good grief, I rhymed. That's just ridiculous. It's part of the whole poem. Now I'm just going to rhyme all day. Hello, Patty. How are you? I personally am okay. I feel like I need to be doing some art, so I'm gonna. And what? And I'm glad to see anybody who stops in to say hello, including you. So thank you for popping in to say hello. Let's see what I got here. I don't really like the way that looks. Well, okay, so I don't like it entirely, but look, this kind of goes with their quilt over here. Oh, do you have big plans for Christmas? Or, you know, what are you doing to get ready? I have no plans yet for Christmas. And I'm wondering, since the three of us have so much, yucky real life going on, what can I do? 5 grandchildren. Okay. Are they all coming to your house? And are they all coming at the same time if they are? Since we have so much yucky stuff going on, right? Then my goal is kind of be to how to keep it calm, quiet, and cozy and comforting. I want cozy and comforting. So the only thing I can think of is hot cocoa. Who knows, huh? All right. I'm not in love with that. Let me see if I can find something I like better. Actually, this fabric right here also does not have snow necessarily, but the swirls plus the silver kind of imply snow, right? Oh, I really like that. A busy couple hours, then it's done. Yeah. My boys' wives and children come over for Christmas Day dinner. All the kids are under 7. Wow. That's a wild bunch then. That is that is some quick energy, some excitement and screaming, and then possibly some tears, and then they're out. Oh, I like that so much better than the green one. So much better. Okay, that's not the idea I had at all. And look how wrong I was. This is wonderful. All right, I'll cut a wide strip of it and see what I end up with. Okay, so first things first, again, I want to get this so that I can think I'm going to do a paper hinge first so that I can make some decisions about shape and size of this thing. Oh, I'm glad you think so. I think so too. I think this one looks really good. Yeah, I'm happy that I didn't settle. And then I'm like, wait a minute, we can probably do a little better. Okay. Let's center this hinge. So I've been talking about how A Night Before Christmas is one of my favorite Christmas things. That's why I'm making a journal of it. And how A Christmas Carol is my favorite show at Christmas time. Which, by the way, I kind of put The Grinch in the same category as both of those, because it is a Scrooge story and it is the night before Christmas. So I put The Grinch in there as well. And I love these two stories. And I've been watching all these different versions of A Christmas Carol. So do you have anybody who's watching in chat, or if you haven't chatted yet, maybe this is your moment. Do you have any favorite Christmas shows? Or if you're not a Christmas person, do you have any holidays during this time that you have memories of, or that you observe, that you have favorites of? Favorite songs even? I love the really, really old Christmas carols. In fact, there was one Christmas Carol in the George C. Scott version of A Christmas Carol that I hear all the time during the season, but I've never learned the song. White Christmas? Yeah. The really, really old one, right? Okay, let's see what we're going to do with this. Okay, so I'm going to trim this all weird and see what happens when I fold it shut. I want to kind of leave Santa's sleigh in mostly good shape. So I'm going to curve that. And then I'll follow the snow up a little bit. But I need to keep the words, obviously. So what if I go like this? Just like I'm outlining the whole scene. And then just round the corners to match the snow. I don't like this little situation, but I'm following it anyway. Ooh. Oh my, what have I done? I guess we'll find out in a minute. It's only paper. Okay, so. Oh, good grief. Oh, don't do that, silly girl. Let's see. I gotta write a message to my cousin quick. Sorry about the quiet while I'm typing, but typing and talking are hard. So some of you were not in when I said this, but right when I started streaming, I got a message that my cousin had a heart attack. yesterday. Well, okay, so it's my cousin's husband who had the heart attack, really. So it's his wife I'm talking to, who is my cousin by blood, and he's my cousin by marriage. There we go. Anyway, she said she's trying not to stress, and I'm telling her that that's the biggest thing I've learned so far, because as you guys, most of you guys know by now, I'm going through a lot with my own husband right now. So the biggest thing that I've learned so far is don't borrow trouble. If it's coming, it will come, but don't get ahead of it. Oh. Okay. I just wanted to let her know that I hear her and I totally get it. So if I do this, this is a really wonky fold right here. Do I like it is the big question. I kind of do. I mean, why not, right? Maybe even more so. Like, could I get down? I'm going to try to get down a little farther here and maybe go a little bit more wavy with it, because I kind of like that super dark sticking out of the top of this. So I'll follow the letters a little bit more exact and see if I can. I don't know if I'm going to like the hint of the reindeer on the. I'm not going to like this part sticking out, and I just made that bigger too. So yeah, I don't like the reindeer here and then the reindeer sticking out there, but I mean, maybe I'll do something else up there, or maybe I'll figure out I don't mind it after all. But look what happened when I wasn't watching, though. I cut this reindeer's antlers off. Oh, worrying thoughts cause more anxiety than the situations that arise. I know, right? And the other thing is, you're wasting time. Worry doesn't do a gosh darn thing, and you're wasting time that could be good. You don't know. Get whatever good you can. It could be, I mean, this is, if you have moments that could be good and you waste them worrying, you're not doing anybody any favors, including yourself. So there's my philosophy for the day. Oh, let's see here. Let's see what we can do. So this is going to glue here. And this is going to glue here. And I will have to cut out the lines of this so that the page, that I can glue this down, but the page will still open. I like that. I like that. Okay, so then I think I'm going to draw a little line on here. Where I'm going to cut this. I wonder if I have anything that will draw on this. Let's try a purple marker. I will cut right there. And right here. Whoops. And now I'm coloring on the page with purple marker. Good grief, girl. How are you going to explain that to Santa, that you colored him purple? Okay, those are the 2 lines I'm going to cut, and then I will start gluing. If we get this lined up properly, it should create a frame and a hinge and be openable. Ooh, that's a lot of pressure. I'm expecting a lot from this. My detail scissors is really dull. Good grief, you. Okay. It should be good. Let's set this aside a sec so we don't get glue in the wrong places. And then I think I'll glue. Oh, I don't do this often enough. I usually just cut the hinge or the decoration over the hinge. I usually just cut it to fit, right? I don't do cutouts often enough to know the best way to do it. So I think I'm just going to do the hinge down first. It seems like that way I'll get it all lined up the best I can. I mean the cutout part first, not the hinge. The whole thing's the hinge, silly. All right, that should work that way. I'm sensing a problem. Okay, hold on. That's good, but, and so is the bottom. The bottom's fine. But the top is going to have a part where it covers up the under layer. The under layer getting covered is a problem. So then the question is, should, wait, can I just, I'm just going to cut that too, I guess. Maybe it's not a problem. Oh my brain just quit working. Hi there. How are you? I just wanted to come hang out for a while and work on my night before Christmas journal and chat with folks. So what are you up to today? What's new and wonderful? Are you also getting ready for holidays? I wonder if I should put this down here so it can also be a pocket. I mean, the answer is always yes, right? If you can leave it be a pocket space, it should be a pocket space. Because why not? Oh, you're at work. Well, get off work and prep for the holidays. Did you ever do anything with all that silk you ordered? If I remember right, you ordered the shocking pink Chinese silk. Is that correct? Because that was an amazing color. I mean, I have an appreciation for silk anyway. You're hoarding it. Yeah. I can understand that. Oh, yeah. I get that. That was one heck of a thing to get. I wore a dress that color once upon a time. I was a young skinny girl at the time, and I wore a shocking pink, that color pink, mini dress. Ooh. It was adorable, and it was vintage. It was vintage even then. Now it would probably be antique, because that's how old I think it might be. But it was lovely. Okay, so now I'm going to cover up some of the words. So let's not do that. I'll just chop that right there. There we go. All right, that's gorgeous. Love that. Rubbing it, hoarding it. Oh, I know. I know what you mean. It does have, I mean, that, oh, it's just such a lovely color and texture, the whole thing. I'm glad you're happy with it, but don't hoard it too long. You know what you should do? You should cut off a piece of it and other things that are just wonderful, fabulous textures, and just make a texture book. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and glue down this bottom corner, because I think I want this to dry before I do the cutting on the other side. Could I have made a fussier hinge? I'm not sure. All these weird shaped cutouts that I have to make match up. I probably could have made a fussier hinge. I'm just saying, this is pretty fussy. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. There we go. Okay, I think I got it straight now, and I'm just going to hold this for a sec. I don't only think that might be a great idea for you, but now that I said it out loud, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Why am I not just doing that too? Because I have a thing against some textures. Like, I can't wear lumpy clothes. I can't wear itchy fabrics. I can't, like, even things other people would think are soft. I'm like, no, can't do it. So I'm really, really sensitive to textures, but there are others that I just love, like silk. Duh. I have a couple of fabrics in my fabric department that I haven't used for the exact same reason. Because I hoard them, and I don't want to use it up. Okay. Okay. So if I glue that down, this page is going to get glued down unless I do this, and then this page is going to be too delicate because I want the whole thing glued down. The only question is it going to be a pocket? And I kind of already answered that it would be silly to not have it be a pocket. So I guess it is. You know what? I'll make it a smaller pocket than it looks so that it stays strong. I'll do over a little, and then I'll do this whole bottom part glued and just go across here. So it's shallower than it appears. That should keep it nice and strong. Hopefully. Hopefully. I forgot to edge this picture, and I almost always edge ink edges of anything that's cut like this. So I'm probably going to have to think of some decor on here that makes me happy, because right now I'm quite unhappy with myself for forgetting to do that. And then let's get this glued down. And make sure it lines up properly. Are you going to line up properly? Almost. You are not lined up properly. Scoot your little butt right over there. Good job. Watercolor pencil, absolutely. Good idea. And oh, my hoarding journal. Gosh darn it, is that ever a good idea? Then it wouldn't have to be fabrics at all, and it wouldn't have to just be textures, right, and fabrics. It could be all the prettiest papers that we just don't want to let go, and then we can let them go easier. Yeah, once this dries, I'll come back and do some detailing, right? And watercolor pencil is absolutely going to be the best bet, isn't it? Okay. So there we have a flip out. We have a shallowish pocket to keep it fairly strong. And we have a bit of framing on the previous page. And I have to wait till it dries to cut it. So let's move on to this page then. All right. Let's put a tree in the yard. I think I'm going to do just like that. And then I need to do something else to decorate, although I really don't know what. I certainly could make a little tuck here and have a future card right here. That kind of makes sense right off the bat, doesn't it? Maybe this is too short though. Let me see if I got a different piece that could go there. Let's see, what does it say? And then in the twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof as I drew in my head and was turning around. Down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. Okay, so let's see if we have anything that goes with that, or we just use something generic. Oh, wait a minute. What if we use gingerbread? Because he's about to come down the chimney and have his cookies. That makes sense in my brain. And that kind of looks like a gingerbread house a little bit. So what if we made a little pocket with gingerbread cookie fabric? So I got this journal from Darcy. Oh, you like it? Okay, good, 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 good. I'm glad. I got this journal from Darcy, and a lot of the scraps and fabrics and stuff I'm using are from her. I kind of wonder if she sent me this one on purpose, because she knows that I have a really hard time when you have to put things sideways. And look, there is no up and down for these guys. They're they're all topsy-turvy. And my brain is like, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's not right. Oh, yes, I can. Watch me. I'm going to learn how to not listen to my brain and make things topsy-turvy sometimes. Okay, let's just tear that right across. And tear this right. Oh, it won't tear in the other direction. Oh, yes, it will. There we go. I win. Okay. Let's see if we can. Rawr. I did the salvage edge so that it'll be nice and strong. And if I double it over again, I bet I can make just a straight up fabric pocket and not have to do anything else. One thing I don't like when I use fabrics and laces and such for a straight up pocket is how floppy they get and how wimpy they get, right? Okay. Yeah, I think I like that. I need to tear off just a tiny bit. I'm going to do it over on this side because I don't think I have to sacrifice any bits that way. Oh, this is the hard tear direction. Roar! Roar! Okay, I win again. Good. Good, good, good. I love that. Oh my gosh. If I look straight down, they're on a plate. That so works for me. That absolutely works for me. Just throw a little bit of logic in there and it all makes sense, and then my brain feels better. Oh, thank you for that. Okay, let's fold this flap down first. And so it doesn't totally discolor. Spread that out. Fold it rather delicately. And I think I'm going to fray the fabric on the bottom and have the frays sticking out the bottom of the journal. Let's make it a little bit messy on the bottom on purpose, because that seems fun to me right now. Oh, I love that logic. Once upon a time, Darcy also gave me some logic for text and having it in all different directions. She said to just look at it as lines rather than text. And as I thought that one sounded really good at first, and so I tried it, and it just still has not kicked in. So text is still difficult for me. But a plate of cookies, now that's an easy one. My brain can grab that like nobody's business. There we go. Yeah, let's have that little bit sticking out the bottom. And then we have a lovely pocket. Good, good, good. I'm going to put the glue on. I glued this lopsided. Come on, straighten out your act. There we go. So I will put on the glue and then I will flatten this out. So again, this pocket's going to be smaller than it looks. But I kind of like that because I don't know about you guys, but when I make a journal and I put in so many tucks and pockets and stuff, sometimes I like run out of things to put in them. I need more ideas for what to make to put in pockets. Although I might sell or donate this one. But since it probably won't be done in time for actual Christmas. I might have to hold it till next year. Oh well. I'll have a whole year to think about it. About where it should be, what home it should have. Okay, ready? Who knows? I might get it done before Christmas. Who knows? It could happen. Okay, there we go. Okay, I like that so far. I don't think this is a finished page. And just so you know, if you are here watching, anybody here watching right now, or they're watching the replays, none of this is done. I do almost every journal I make is in stages, and I do it a lot the same way you do collage. So I start with all the biggest stuff and I work my way down. This will not have a detail work done until the very end. And sometimes so much so that it's hard to, so much so that it seems like I'll never be actually done, because you can get tiny, tiny, tiny. Silly girl. That is not a glued on piece. That is part of the paper. And I was trying to lift it up. That'll be really hard. It'll take a long time to lift up the corner of the house. All right, let's do that. I'm only going to put glue in the center of the tree, like so, in case I want to do any tucking later. It's the same thing I did on this this word section. I just put glue in the center so I can add. Okay, I think I'm going to be done with this page for now and just leave it as it is. Oh, that actually, guys, look at that. You are right. Good match. And yes, because look, when that folds over, that just adds to the gingerbread house and the gingerbread cookies, and that just adds to the scene. Okay. Totally something I can work with in the future. Now, I'm not excited about this because this looks like a page that I'm not going to remember what I intended at all. Yikes. And I'm probably going to have to look up what order this goes in. Okay, where did it end? Down the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound. I think his eyes twinkled, and then his beard, and then the stump of the pipe. It must be, because there's his eyes, how they twinkled. And I think I meant to leave this page whole and have this page glued down. So yeah, it would be words here, this picture here. And it gets glued to this little flap right here. And I don't know what this will all turn into, but it should all be, looks like it should all be covered maybe with just a piece of tea-dyed paper. Okay, that wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Oh, thank you, Patty. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to just straight up trim these sides and then probably figure out something to put these on so they're matted. like so. All right, let's set him aside a sec. Oh, wait, I'm going to confuse myself, aren't I? I need to mat this one too. Let me put this one away before I forget where he goes. That goes right there. Okay. All right. These two guys are going to go here somewhere. His eyes, how they twinkled. And his beard was as white as the snow. Like this. Like this. Like this. Yeah, like that. Okay, I think these are going to go somehow staggered at the bottom of the page. At least I have that part in my brain. Now we need something from over here. The over here that you guys can't see. I'm apologizing. No, that doesn't work. Okay, how about yet another fabric? I'm glad you're liking the journal so far, Patty, but it might end up being entirely overly convoluted. It could happen. I'll forgive myself if it does. It's okay. But if we glue this here in some form or fashion, would a strip of this be okay? Because look how nice this looks with this paper. Ooh. All right, so blue-green, going with the blue and the green over here. Oh, there's an actual teal color. So a tiny bit of this color is pulled into a tiny bit of this color over here. And the green and red are over here. And then again, if I make it a pocket, right, then I could do something in a tag that would turn the purple or the shadows or the pinks or something into something that gets tucked in. So then I'm marrying all the colors together. And oh, if I leave this little bit of teal sticking out, it's even better. So here's the question. Can I do an angled tuck spot for this right here? So I would glue this on here, right? And this over here. And I would cut there. That's not enough of an angle. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I could do a belly band. Oh, whoa, look at you guys. Or a fabric flip. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's take a look at both of those ideas. So if I did a belly band, okay, here, let's fake the belly band. Come on, you. Okay, let's fake a fat belly band. Kind of fat belly band. If I did that, right? Then I can put these two as part of an anchor at the bottom, maybe, like I wanted. But mat them slightly, separately even, so that I have that teal coming out. And I really kind of love this. This is looking good because then, oh, in fact, like a curtain. Hey, Fred. How are you this afternoon. Yeah, it's afternoon where you are. I had to look quick. Oh. Okay, so there's the fabric, or there's the belly band idea, which I'm loving because I could do the matting in a color that pulls in those missing bits from over here to marry them together better. And the fabric flip idea, I could line those, hey, behave yourself. I could line those up a little better. And then let's mock up a fabric flip. Come on, you. You need to be fatter than that. There you go. And you need to fold up. Wow. Okay. I am folding challenged today. There we go. I'm going to just pretend that that's correct. Okay, so now we have a fabric flip on the page. And we have this guy over here. And then we flip up. Oh my gosh, both of those ideas work super well. Let me take a look at one thing. What do we have going over here? Look how lovely that is. I really need to pull in more of that blue color, don't I? Flip, fabric pocket. Another flip. Don't be stuck. Another flip. Well, there's my answer. I love the idea of the flip with the words underneath, but I have a lot of flips going on already and no belly band. So I'm going to go with the belly band idea. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's how my reasoning is going to go. Lots of flippy things going on already. So I will add the fabric flip somewhere toward the back. Oh, in fact, maybe a fabric flip should cover out or cover up the part where he says, Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. Like you flip it up and then it says that. That might be super cool. Let's trim this guy down. Ah! Maybe something lacy on the top, like on the, if it's a fabric flip, something lacy on the top. That is a fabulous idea. Okay, I think that's going to go there. And then it will, in fact, maybe be covered by something that's going to make a whole page of it. I don't know. I'll worry about Santa in a minute. Right now, let's worry about how we get these framed properly. And where they're going to sit. I really kind of like that. And for a belly band, I think I want something pretty strong, but covered with this fabric. So let's chomp. Oh, don't do that, lady. No wonder I lose things so often. Just randomly throw everything around. I love the idea of the lace on top of a flip. So I'm going to have to find a lace that I'm really happy with. Let's see if this is going to work. I don't know if this is a tall enough belly band. I would like it if it was. Yes, I do have a way I can make this work. Okay, we're going to do this. And I'm going to cover the whole thing with this lovely fabric. Gosh, it's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Goodness knows I have enough laces now. And Juju, I think we need to start a trend. Maybe we should do a project together when I am able to do projects again. And we should do a hoarding journal on a live show. Maybe with Casey, because I've seen his storeroom. Maybe he would want to do a hoarding journal too, where we can start gathering all those things that we just can't let go of. Okay. This was a mistake, wasn't it? Because it should be covered 100%. Otherwise, things are going to get stuck. That's okay. I see what I can do. I'll just pull this all the way over and trim it right where. I can feel that edge. Really, I can. Just tell you when. Oh, yeah. Lydia, do you think you need a hoarding journal too? We need a hoarding journal. Okay, there it is. That's the one. So I'm going to trim this right about here. Let's go up. Up, up, up. There's no way I'm going to get that right. I'll tear it and see if that works. Oh, almost. I was a little too generous. Now we just got to pull off a speck. Let's pull off a speck more. I'll turn this speck into a ribbon or a trim somewhere or some such thing. Now, is it too much? How in the world could that be? Oh, whatever. Look at all the strings. Strings. Okay, there we go. Do 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 do. Isn't that the Mighty Mouse song? You know, I've never even seen. I know who Mighty Mouse is. I've seen Mighty Mouse, but I've never seen a Mighty Mouse cartoon, I don't think. But I sing that song all the flippin' time. Do, 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 do. Oh my. Is it then here I come to save the day? What in the world is in my brain today? I don't know. All right, there we go. One fat belly band. Let's see if I even like how fat it is, because I didn't pay any attention to that. You Get back to your own side. Thank you very much. You have to go this way if you're going to function properly. This will get trimmed so that I can glue it down, and I'm gonna pull it up like so, and then it's gonna look like I might have made it too short, like that. I've come to save the day. I am Mighty Mouse. I've come to save the day. Okay, so I'm going to put it up like that, and then I'm going to use these two pieces. Well, now I don't like it anymore. What have I done wrong? What have I done? I thought making it short like that and then putting the words to finish it would be cool, but now I'm not happy with how it looks. So what if I make it longer and did that and that? Yep, I gotta do that. Except look at it, gets thinner and thinner. What? I cut it on my guillotine. How can it get thinner? Oh my, oh my. Yes, absolutely. I am going to mat the words for sure because they look ridiculous the way they are. You are not wrong, lady. You are not wrong. So let's find something to do that. Uh-oh. Look at this. I've lost a whole page of the journal. I better figure out where that was supposed to go because I think it was supposed to go a few pages back. Ah! Oopsie poopsie. All right, well, I have a problem to solve there, but right now I'm going to go back to looking for matting for these words. So I don't want another picture of Santa, but I do like the idea of pulling the blues and purples over. So what if I did that? I would end up with a little spike of I could do that. And then I think I could use a Mighty Mouse right now because I messed some stuff up. I know this is a little silly, but I do like using scraps. Oh, here's a good scrap, huh? This one actually might be kind of fun. Let's see if we can get this little bunny should be in there somehow because he's so cute. There's another page of those colors. So yeah, between these two, I think we can get some nice color. For matting these words. Let's get that done. Let's get this done. Let's pull over a trimmer. Let's see if we can get any straight lines out of this mess I've made. I think this is close enough to straight. I am not looking for perfect. I am learning how to embrace the perfectly imperfect concept. I'm getting better at it anyway. But this is going to at least, oh my, that's a close cut. This is going to at least give me some reasonably easy measurements to make the mats out of. Except, get in there. Except this is a really thin cut. That's why I love guillotine trimmers too. They can take off hair-sized slivers. Okay. Now let's find the perfect spots on these puppies. I might have to stick with this because I like the bits where if I make it a little bit of a fat mat, I like the bits of tree and house. Well, that probably won't even show up that much. Here's how I'll decide what I'm doing. Where does the bunny best fit? Look how cute that bunny is. Listen to me sound all sappy like a little girl because I like the bunny. Goofball. I was going to do again. I am really, really stuck on Mighty Mouse today. Okay, I changed my mind again. I'm going to make a matting somewhere like this. In fact, I think exactly like that. Let me find something to mark spots with because I can get the purple and the blue and the house. I think I'll mark this right here, plus a little bit of tree. So I'm pulling the green of the tree over. I mean, the fabric has holly green, right? Anyway, but I think this will even further meld that concept. And then I'll do the small one on here to get the same idea. And I will just make something adorable out of the bunny to put elsewhere on the page. Because I don't know if you hear it in my voice, but that bunny has got to happen. All right, let's see what happens with those. Looks good to me. I mean, the logic is sound, right? I just said the logic part out loud. It sounds good. Let's see if it works out anything like what I just said. We shall see in just a minute here. I'm going to trim this bottom off just a speck. Okay, I'm more of a speck than that because it still looks terrible. There you go. Okay, there's that one. Oh my gosh, that would look good too. But that's better, I think. Definitely. Definitely more fun that way to me. Don't know what you guys think, but to me, that was better. All right, let's trim this. This is partly why I love using scraps, because now look at, I got this other scrap here of Dad sticking his head out the window at the top of the house. That's a lovely scrap to use for something too. Scraps are lovely. Could I say the word lovely anymore? Probably. I probably could. Okay. Hi, Revan. What's up, buddy? I don't know where you think you're going, hun. You can't. Okay, Revan, if the camera goes wonky, it's because he's too big. Go. It's okay. Revan. Okay. Ah, that's not safe, guy. Oh my. Oh my. He's a big boy, that kitty. If I catch you on your live, I would love to come play along. I am so not caught up with anybody these days. Anybody. When I think about it, it kind of breaks my heart. It might be a whole year. I mean, maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. But till I get back to serious crafting, I hope that's not the case. I hope I get my feet on the ground and I figure out ways to fit in all the things. We'll see. Okay, so we got that one going and we got this one going, and now they might be a little too fat to be staggered quite the way I wanted and still show that teal color, but I like these. I like these. Let's keep going with this. Let's keep on going. I actually have peacock feathers over here. This is a little daring. I'm gonna edge. I got glue on my hands. I'm gonna edge the blue and purple in the teal color. It's only paper. Hopefully this means even more of the Santa at the tree picture will be represented on the belly band side of things. Oh my gosh, Revan, you're gonna tear my whole room down. You a big boy. You are such a big boy. Okay, there we go. And then I think I don't want to do the words in the teal. I want to do the words in a different color. My question is, I don't think it's going to be vintage photo because I think that's not right for this page really. Although, okay, wait, let's actually pull it in the picture because vintage photo does go with the script page underneath all this stuff. So let's take a peek. And we got to do something with the bunny. Okay, so that's going to be like that, right? And this is going to be over here somehow. And this will be here-ish. With this here-ish. Like that. So now I want to outline the text as well. The question is, do I do it in vintage photo or in rustic wilderness to do the green? Yes. Okay. See, setting it there made a difference in my brain. it helped me decide on the green. So we're going to go with Rustic Wilderness, which is actually probably a really good choice because it is a definite piney green, but it does have a little tinge to the blue, just a speck. So I'm hoping let's see. I think the matting on this phrase right here, I think it's a little too fat. I think I need to trim it a little bit. A smidge. I think it needs a smidge of a trim. There we go. All right, let's take a peek. What do we got going on? Like that. And like this. And then this would go here. I don't know what you guys think, but I really think this is going to work. Really, really do. Because I'll show you what I think I'm going to do. And we'll actually make a decision right now. Do I seriously not have any tea-dyed paper in my studio? Are you kidding me? Huh. I knew I was out, and I have made more, but I guess I don't know where it is. I bet I left it upstairs where I made it. All right, we'll cheat a minute. So I think I'm going to take a piece of tea-dyed paper. This is tea-dyed vellum, which I love to bits, but I don't think I'll use it for this. But I'm going to use a tea-dyed something to create a full-size page and glue this down to it. Now, where we had 2 pages that were looking pretty darn clashy, now I think we've created a suite of things that look pretty darn together. What do you guys think? Gosh, I think that's going to look good. I think it's going to look good. The only thing that might make it better is if I maybe take something to use that little bunny perhaps and copy this feeling from the fabric over to here. But what if I did just a twist of the strings maybe, right? And put it right here and put the bunny there. I don't know if that works because the bunny's facing the wrong direction. Look, he's looking off the page. He should be looking at Santa. And I don't think I'd want to put him over here because that's too close. That doesn't. Well, anyway, I do like the way it's going. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward. And one of the things I'm going to do is trim this because I'm right. I'm not happy with this at all. It's just a tiny speck too fat. You are too fat. Really don't have anything against fat because I am also too fat. So don't take it personal. You're just paper. And you just don't fit right there properly. Now I'm assigning human emotions to my paper. Okay, let's try that. And we did the peacock feathers. I did not know I would be doing peacock feathers in my Christmas journal. Who knew? Yeah, for sure. I think you're right, Lydia. For sure. I think the bunny is going to go in the belly band on something adorable. All right, let's see if I like that better yet. Yes, I believe that is what I'm looking for right there. I'll pull this one down here, straighten that out a speck. Pull this one down here, pull this one up here. How are we doing there? All right, I am moving forward with this. Oh my gosh, here we go. We're going to glue stuff. Except look, it's still narrow at the bottom and wide at the top. How in the world did that even happen? How much of a difference is it really? We have exactly 3 inches at the top. What do we have at the bottom? Oh, good grief. I'm such a weirdo. It's like 1/32 of an inch smaller. That's all it takes to bug me. Get over it, lady. All right. So, same thing when you're making anything else, right? Miter the bulk. Miter those edges. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And I guess I'll have to turn it over to miter it because my hands only function in one direction. Okay, and this one. We don't need all this. And a miter down here. Miter, will ya? There we go. I don't know if you guys are understanding what I just did, but I just did something I totally said I didn't want to do. I just made this belly band much shorter than I wanted. I was going to leave it longer, wasn't I? Okay, then. I will figure it out as I go. So one thing I can do is move it down from the top a little. That will help fix the mistake I just did. Sit, stay. Good job. And then the other fix I can do for this will be with the text cards that I'm going to put on next. And it should turn out okay. Here's the crazy thing. Even if it doesn't, you guys probably already know this. I'm singing to the choir at this point. But in case anybody's watching who is newer to this stuff, almost anything that you end up unhappy with is fixable somewhere down the line. So if I end up unhappy with the way this works, I'm not going to overstress it. I won't be thrilled with myself, but I'm not going to overstress it because as I go and as the journal keeps growing, it will be repaired. Okay. Okay. There we go. We're just going to do that right there. So let me show you what I mean. We're going to now glue these things together and put them in the places that I have intended. And this might actually solve the problem of how far it goes down the page. I personally like my borders to match. Good grief. It's ridiculous. But what I mean is I want this little space right here to be matched over here. So I want that to be right there. I want this overlap onto the teal to match this overlap on the teal, because I'm a weirdo. In fact, because of rules of framing, the overlap can be a little more on the bottom and slightly less on the top. Or on the top, it can match the sides. Oh, good grief. Now I'm getting way too ridiculous. Okay, so like so. Here's the other thing. I want that border right there to match this border right here. Or this one can be a little heavier than this one right here. And that's where it ended up. Of course, the next question is going to be exactly how am I going to glue these down, because I don't want to completely obliterate this belly band. There we go. Okay, let's glue this together in any case. See what we end up with. What are we going to end up with here? I got a squeaky chair. My chair is all squeaky. And this one. There we go. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I did that off screen. I needed to pull it close so I could see if I was gluing straight. I think I glued as straight as I need to. And then I realized while I was looking at this that I already have something I don't like about my plan here. And I'm going to see if I can just make a quick change. So I liked it when I had tested the belly band and it was showing on the bottom, this fabric. So I'm wondering if I can make a bit of a double mat. Would it be okay to put a strip of this across the bottom and still put that like so? I mean, it's my journal, right? I can do anything I want, but I don't want it to end up looking stupid. So the question is, do I go ahead and do that? Maybe I do it, but only as wide as the belly band is, because that's what the part that I'm not happy with. Or maybe I just learn to be happy with it and fix it later. So I could go like so, and then I would have that sticking out the bottom again. Okay, I like this better. And it makes me unhappy with not how I've decided to do the top now. But I don't remember who, but one of you guys said, what about some lace on top? I can always do some kind of matching banner bit on the top of this to even it out up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and make some decisions here. This piece can just for sure be tacked down as it is. because it's going down far enough that it's not going to affect the belly band. It's actually just going to strengthen it. So let me get this piece on where I want it. Whee! Like so. And then, whoops, hey, behave. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, Lydia, that sounds like such fun. See you later. Have a wonderful time. And I'll see you next time. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and do this piece as well. Oops, not upside down though. Okay, and then get that right there. Now, I got a couple of options with this bit. I can just glue it down the way it is completely. Then the belly band is just this section up here. Perfectly fine idea. I kind of want to maintain this length of the belly band. So then I would have to only glue to the paper and over and have this be sticking out, but it wouldn't be glued, but it would be fairly strong and it would be layered. So that might be okay to just be like that. The other thing I can do is change my idea of the layout altogether and put this up here. And then glue it up there or over there. And I don't like that at all. Okay, we're right back to here. We're right back to here. So I'm going to glue here over, and just leave that other part unglued so that the belly band is still full length, but we will have a layering bit. I think it'll look really cool in the end. Lydia, I really want to hear all about your outing when you see me again someday. Please come in and tell me all about it, because that just sounds fantastic. Okay, there we go. And look, I did it over too far. Get your butt over there. Over there. Good job. Okay. All right. Now we got to worry about what to do with Santa. And you know what I have? I have my own packs of paper right next to me that are for sale but didn't sell. And I could steal from one of these. I don't think I will. That just doesn't sound good. I won't do that. And I don't want to use the tea-dyed vellum. It's just too crunchy for this. Maybe it's not. Okay, wait. Think how sturdy that would be if I used the tea-dyed vellum, right, to back this picture. And I used it right here. And I use it to back this picture to make it into a fuller page. And then we turn the page, right? And then we glue this down to it with its lovely border and turn it into a talk spot with a little shadow of Santa. Don't know if I love the little shadow of Santa sticking out like that. Why not though? And what if I just fold this in half and turn it into a great big pocket and a talk spot? Oh my gosh. Triple duty. Now it's a piece of matting and it's a pocket and it's a talk spot. I'm going to try it anyway. Let's see what that would look like. I don't know, guys. If you're crafting away, do you have things better planned than this? Because this is how I craft all the time. Just completely winging it. Completely winging it. So I could glue that right in there. Put a tab at the top, or, you know, a little thumb thingy. Now this is a pocket, a full page pocket. And it turns like so. And is also a tuck spot on the back. I'm doing this maybe only because I've never done it before. So I'm going to give this a shot. And I think I'm going to stagger the thumb holes. And here's what I mean by that. I'm going to put the thumb hole on this side. Of the pocket. I will put toward the center of the book. All right, whatever. And on this side, I'll put it toward the outside of the book. Because I don't know about you, but if they are the exact same on both sides of a pocket, I still have a terrible time trying to grab hold. Whoops. I guess I knocked all my stuff down. Well, hello there. Welcome back. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Patty. All right. Let's see what we're going to do. Now we got that ready to go. And I'm going to get this ready to go. And I think all I'm going to do is trim it down just a tiny speck on each side. And then I think this is where I'm going to use the vintage photo as an edging. And I think I can't round the corners again because I'm cutting too close to words to round corners. Silly girl, but I like how this can turn out to be a vignette. But this is archival vintage photo, so it's not gonna layer or react the way it would if I was using oxide or ink. The distresses, I mean. That's okay. I'll just like scruffy it up a little at the corners so it'll still be a bit vignette-ish. Just a bit. Extra scruffy right there. There we go. There we go. We're getting extra scruffy. and a little right here, extra scruffy. Right there. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yep. I think that's going to work. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. I do have an anti-wrinkle glue stick. Haha! Yay! I was going to say I don't know where it is, but yes, I do. Oh, that was fun. All right. I couldn't figure out what the noise was that I'm hearing. I was wondering, I wonder if Michael needs some help. I wonder if that's him. I wonder if there's a problem. That would be terrible. Nope, it's nothing terrible. It is Revan, that cat you saw jump through a little while ago. He is snoring away up on the shelf. All right. Yikes. I think I need a new anti-wrinkle glue stick because that thing's a mess. Okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Get off me. It's a tad lopsided. Unlopside, please. There we go. And I guess I should also do this because you can't see where the thumb notch thingy jobber is. Grungy it up. Grungy it up. There we go. That's all we're doing with that. And then we got to get it glued here. So I think I'm going to put this centered and put it down like so. Okay. I'm going to turn over just the tiniest little fold that I can, because I always like to strengthen the entrance of a pocket or tuck if I can. It's not always possible, but it mostly is to do that. Look at me, I'm getting glue chunks everywhere. There's rolling off my fingers. Okay. And then I think I will do the green here to match the green that's already there. There we go. Oh, left-handed edge distressing. That's a skill I don't have. Okay, there we go. Good enough. Okay, let's get that back into place. Back into place, you. So I'm going to get this tucked all the way in where I want it, and then glue the flap down before I glue the pocket together. In the hopes that it is way tucked in, or at least as far as it can be. A little bit of a glue under and on top. A little bit under and on top. And then apparently my fingers are glued to the vellum. Of course they are, because why not? There we go. All right, I'm just going to hold this a sec, and if anyone is still here, if you're still here, or add it to the comments below. What are you up to now? What you doing? Patty went to the store. She is getting ready for Christmas with 5 grandchildren under the age of 7, or 7 and under. Yikes. I should have asked her what's for dinner. I need some ideas. Juju, do you do the holidays? Do you do a holiday this time of year? If so, what do you do? How you doing? What you doing? Oh, you do holidays. What you got? And please share your most fabulous ideas with me, because I have none and I am looking for cozy. What you got? Oh my gosh, this is too funny. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do the bottom of I didn't glue the bottom of this pocket. That was really very silly. Oh, you're going to Mom's? Oh. Yeah, I think for cooking. Like, do you have a favorite beverage or a favorite treat? Because I have to look for super simple, but I want to go for cozy and comforting something. And I haven't had a minute to even think of an idea. I need some inspiration. Okay, across the bottom, up the side. I should have used the no wrinkle glue, because this is probably going to warp terribly because it's vellum. Hello. I am not one of those fancy perfect crafters. Just not, right? Just not. Graham's Icebox Fruitcake. Baked strawberry wine sauce. Oh, I am so intrigued. I have never heard of that. Okay, is it strawberry sauce made with red wine, or is it wine sauce made with strawberry wine? Ooh. I am intrigued. Okay, I'm going to have to hold this a bit. Let go, let go, let go. Thank you very much. You too. You are not involved in this. Out of the mix there, music paper. Hello, Sean. How are you? Strawberries, sugar, and a strawberry wine. Yes, I know the cheap Boone's Farm kind. It's the bestest. Hey, Sean, how are you? And what's up and what's new? Oh, goodness sakes, that's not gluing. Okay, I'm just gonna sit like this and see what you guys are up to. I am going to make strawberry wine sauce. I'm all right, Mr. Sean. I would be lying to all my friends if I said good. Because it's a rough period for me right now, isn't it? But I can honestly say I am holding my own and maintaining happy and positive everywhere I can. And that's what everyone would hope for in this space of life, wouldn't they? That's what we should all hope for when we have to go through the yuck. Okay, I'm going to worry about this a little later. Because I did this wrong and forgot to put glue at the bottom of this pocket, what I might end up having to do is put maybe even like this strip that I cut off down this seam. Because it's not going to sit properly. Partly because it's vellum, right? And partly because I didn't glue it when I should have. But if I can put that little bit right down the seam and hold it into place and hold the pocket shut, I think we're golden. One foot in front of the other with your head held high. Yep. It does look kind of good, doesn't it? It kind of continues the pattern. I'm going to think about that for a minute because maybe I'll just automatically do it rather than wait to see if I need to. But I also realize that this is ready to trim. So I'm going to go back to this page and get the extras off so we can see what this is going to look like now. Beautiful. And then at the top as well. Don't think, just do it. Ah! I don't know, Mama, have you met me? If there's overthinking to be done, I'm all over that business. Okay, let's see what we got here. So this is going to be a card. I haven't made it yet, but it's going to be right there. Beautiful. There will be something in here. Hopefully it will repeat this red, right? And then this flips open like so. And there's Santa. Beautiful. And then we worked on this and we have this whole gingerbread situation. I'm loving that. And now we're right here. Don't think, just do it. Mama says, don't think, just do it. So I'm going to not think, just do it. Ooh, I'm living on the edge. This is my crafting danger zone right here. Highway to the danger zone. I wonder if I should pull up a Fabri-Tac for this. I kind of feel like if I want to win the battle against this vellum, I might want to Fabri-Tac it. Since I haven't been in my studio much, I don't even know where my Fabri-Tac is at the moment, so I guess I'm not gonna. Yipes. More living on the edge. Oh my gosh. I could go Aerosmith and Bon Jovi, and I could live on a prayer on the edge. Okay, ready? Here we go. Watch what you're doing, lady. Goofball, come on. There you go. There you go. There you go. Get it in the right spot. Good. Good, good, good. Good. Ah. Oh my. I might not know where my car keys are, but I know where my camera tag is. Oh my gosh. I need to write that down, honestly. I might not know where my car keys are. My pencil's broken. Know where my car keys are, but I know where my camera tag is. Okay, I don't like shirts that say stuff, but if I liked a t-shirt that said stuff, this is what I'd want mine to say. I'm going to remember that, and I'm going to use it somewhere. I'm gonna. That's good. Okay. I am happy with that fix. And I absolutely feel like some little bit of this fabric, whether it be a snippet like this or the threads or whatever, is going to go over here somewhere. On the edge of the pocket, on a tab, maybe on a tab, on a paper sticking out of the big pocket. Something will just pull it even farther over here at some point. I'm not going to worry about that now, but that's the kind of thing that I do when I go through the journal over and over and over, and I start adding more and more and more detail. That's the kind of thing that's when I use the tiniest little bits, right? Yeah. Yep. I think that'll be fine. I think that'll be good. And now we got a pocket back here. So I'm wondering, I'm going to have to let this dry a little bit. I'm wondering if I should move on to the next something page, or if I should face the big mistake I made, because of this. This goes in here somewhere. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof, as dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. I think this page goes right before this page. Maybe I didn't make a big mistake. Maybe this was meant to go right here. I believe it was, but now I don't like it anymore, because now it kind of hurts this gingerbread theme. So let's see what else we could do to get those words. What if I did a card for this pocket, right? Out of this page. Could I make it fit? No, it wouldn't fit. Well, maybe it would. Have you ever done a card where the top is wider than the bottom? I mean, really, why not? So here's what I'm thinking. I do a card that sits right up to the top of the, maybe just under the top of the next line, so that the words are sticking out. So when you turn the page, you see these words. And then when you pull out the tag, you see the next line. That would solve all of the problems, wouldn't it? It would get the page I forgot in its proper place. It would allow me to keep the gingerbread house feel of this page. And it would keep the story in the correct order. Ah! Okay. Okay, that's what I'm doing. And I can cut this off right about, let go of me, right about no rules, just do it. You're right, there are no rules. And I am going to trim this. It looks like right about here is the bottom of the pocket. And I'm going to make it kind of, it's going to be a weird shape. I don't know. Let's take a look at what we're going to end up with anyway. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking to cut this down so it goes around Santa and his sleigh, kind of following the shape of this picture right here, right? So it kind of lends itself to this idea anyway. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing the thing. I'm going to curve the top. With the smallest curve on my giant curve maker. And then I think I'm going to do this so that I can get the sides fairly same. And then I'm going to wing it. And I'm going to wing it. Here we go. I'm frightened, NEM. Wrong story. Wrong story. Sean, are you still here? I mean, did you pop in, say hi, and then disappear? Okay. Made my line a little wonky so that I don't have to be too particular about it. Is it going to work? Well, it might if I didn't glue my pocket shut. Okay, I have to fix the part of my pocket that I glued shut. I love this. So this is a ruler that is a tearing ruler and apparently a die cut. You can cut a ruler out if you have a die cutting machine. I never knew that until recently. It makes sense why the numbers are all backward and stuff, though. Don't know why I never noticed that. But it's so thin that it makes a great saw whenever I glue things together that I didn't really want glued together. It repairs an awful lot of my mistakes. So let's get this pocket a little bit repaired. I don't have a die cutting machine of any kind. I think you can still do it with a rolling pin and that kind of stuff, but no, never. Didn't even know it was one until I was doing a live show and somebody said, hey, did you know that's a die cut? No, I did not. I just thought it was a tearing ruler. But now I make my own, I have my son make my tearing rulers. And I like the one he made, so I use this as the saw, like I always have. I never liked it for tearing anyway. I don't mind the decal on it, but it's so flimsy that it's hard to hold down and it hurts my hands. It hurts my hands. Okay, let's try that again. Let's see if this tucks down far enough. Yes. Oh, look at that. I am liking this idea. Okay. Now, we need to get some weight on this. It is certainly not a card the way it is. And you certainly can't do any journaling on it the way it is. So let's find something to back this with. How about tea-dyed cardstock? Because I don't have any tea-dyed paper. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to get my tea-dyed paper from upstairs. Okay, that's going to be a bit silly to cut out though, isn't it? I really like the lines I got. Okay, I didn't think this through very well. I didn't think this one through. So now I am a little distressed at whether I'll get this right or not. I'm going to glue this down and then cut it out, because when I'm really afraid of something, I don't know if anybody else is like this. And actually, I mean, we always say this is just paper, so the fear isn't huge, right? It's just anxious about this one. But the more afraid of something I get, the more I jump in and tackle it. So with that in mind, I am going to glue this down and cut it out and instantly see if I have ruined my own aesthetic or not. Because I kind of liked the way that this was shaped, a little bit like the Santa bag on the next page. Ink it, then tear around it. That might be the way to go, huh? Ink it, then tear around it? Or was that... Oh, shoot. I should look up more often. I am sorry, Mama. I missed that. I'm just going to keep going with what I was doing because I don't know where you intended that advice to be. I maybe should have inked and then tore around the thing in the first place. And then I thought I could ink around this and then tear around it too, but then I glued it too close to some edges, and then I would probably not be able to tear it properly or leave borders that my picky brain would be happy with, because they wouldn't match. So I'm going to have to do it this way. And I should remember to look up more often. And I should turn my whole life into a song. Off, 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 Broadway. Okay. Now it's got some wonky lines and some imperfections. And it should anyway, so we're all good. So what color? Oh, never mind, green. I was going to say, what color do we edge this one in? Absolutely, it's got to be the green. So did Sean really just come in, say hi, and then skedaddle? I think he did. That's kind of funny. I wonder where he went exactly. Do, 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 do. There's Mighty Mouse again. Not sure why that's in my brain so much today. Usually it's Yellow Submarine. And that young man that was in here earlier named Michael, who I call Fred. It drives him crazy when I'm stuck on the Yellow Submarine, because then he too gets stuck on Yellow Submarine. Because apparently in high school he played that song a lot. Okay. With band, with, you know, I forgot what instrument he played, but in high school band. He might have got called away. He might have. There we go. Let's see how this goes. So I want that to sit like so. And then let's see how it worked out. So now we have that. And then when you flip it open, you can pull out the tag. And they're flying up to the roof, and there they are. Oh my gosh, I think that turned out. I am very happy with how that turned out. I was worried when I realized I forgot an entire page that I wouldn't figure out a way to fix it. But I'm pretty happy with that fix. Let's see. What have we got going on here? We got this, and I'm not going to trim this all the way down because I wonder if that sticking out the top might be kind of cool. So I'm just going to trim it down a bit and then fray it a bit. There we go. There we go. Ah, well, maybe. Okay, there's still too much wet glue. Rawr. Whatever. Okay, you just sit like that. Let's pretend Look how this has a tag in it. Okay, it has to be shorter than that. So try again. Let's pretend that this has a tag layered in it. Nope, not you. Not you. I don't like you anymore. Okay, let's put this guy in there for now. Let's put this in there. Oh, I see what I did. I glued down the other side of the belly band when I don't really think you want to do that. Now it can't go all the way through. Well, I mean, some stuff can, but this guy can't. Oh my. Okay, I know what I gotta do. I gotta get this knife right here. So I glued down this little strip and now stuff can't go through, and I left this side up so that I could keep it that long. So what I gotta do is slip this underneath the fabric and cut this line right along the edge of the pocket. And hopefully create a situation where it looks like one solid thing if there's nothing in the belly band. Okay. Okay, not terrible. But when you put something in the belly band, it can now slide through. Yes, yes. Okay. Jeez. I'll clean that up later. The edge is a little wonky, but not bad. Not terrible. Don't like that color though. Gosh darn it, I'm a picky rat. Picky, picky, picky. Happy dance. Indeed. I did not think I was going to be able to solve that problem. I was a worried girl. Okay. Width, length. Here-ish and a tiny bit narrower. This is not likely what's going to stay here, but I want something, no, even shorter. What? What? What do you mean I didn't measure perfectly? Sit, stay. There we go. Nice. I just want a placeholder, you know? So that's not likely what's going to be a piece in here. But I sure like it holding the spot. The birdie was too much blue. It just got overwhelming to my eyes. So it's going to be something more along the lines of the neutral color and some kind of subtle decoration probably, because this page kind of has a lot going on visually already. Need something to break it up, right? Okay. You weren't worried? Well, thank you for the vote of confidence. All right. All right. There we go. There we go. What's next? The next thing is there's Santa singing a song, whistling while he works, doing all the toys and the presents, and lots of writing space and gluing space. And then he was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf. I think that might end up being right there-ish. I also like how this color in the fireplace is nearly identical to this page that sticks out here. Handy dandy, man. And then what? Then he's doing his work some more with the toys and the trucks and the trains. I think I skipped a bunch because it was a lot of toys, right? And a lot of, oh, this is what he's putting under the tree area, and a lot of writing space. And I wanted to get into the second half of the signature because I was putting so many things so close together. But look, it goes all the way to here before I'm back to the story. That makes sense. I mean, he's getting his work done. And laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. That's not right, is it? There is some stuff missing. There's some stuff missing from my book. Oh, I better figure this out. Huh. All right. Filled all the stockings and turned with a jerk. Where is up the chimney he rose? Is that? And laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. Okay, I guess that is it. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team give a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I like that good night picture. All right, I guess I don't know what I'm going to do next, so I am going to call it here and go see how Michael and Justin are doing, and then I guess I'll go do some cooking. I got to go get some cooking done. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to head out then. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you guys all have a lovely holiday if I don't see anyone again before then. And if I do, yay, let's do some crafting. I did too. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for hanging out. See you later, everybody. Bye. Oh, Darcy. Darcy was lurking. Darcy's a lurker. See you later, lady. I'm going to go cook. Have a delightful day. Oh, you're still at work. Okay. Have a delightful day.